Let's move on to Ukraine now. Russia is claiming today to have stopped what it's called an attempted terrorist attack by Ukraine. This is after shooting down 2 drones in Moscow. The alleged attack comes after Ukraine's president vowed to retaliate against Russia after yet another attack on the port city of Odesa. Let's find out more. Philip Ingram is in the studio with me, former British Army intelligence and security officer. So, Philip, what can you tell me about these drone attacks in Moscow?
Yeah, well, allegedly, two drones did fly into Moscow. They hit buildings, business buildings, and one was very near the Russian Ministry of Defence. It looks as if the warhead, one of them exploded because we saw glass all over the street. And it was probable that electronic warfare stopped the drones from reaching their intended target. This isn't the first time that Ukrainians have been accused of attacking into Moscow. Ukrainians deny it, but they deny that it's their military that are doing it. There are a lot of Ukrainian supporters inside Russia, and they're running some very good special operations, executive-type operations in there, and it's more likely to be one of those. It's the first of a number of drone attacks overnight because the Ukrainians then did attack into Crimea, and they attacked an airport, and they attacked a repair centre with drones. And I've just seen reporting on Russian channels that there were Storm Shadow missiles allegedly used in this as well. And this is the attack on the ammunition depot, and we saw that there's secondary explosions, which you can see from the explosion clouds there, that showed that the ammunition was detonated. And then the Russians continued their attacks using drones into the port areas on the eastern side the western side of Ukraine, and in particular in the port of Reni, which they haven't hit beforehand. That's only a few hundred metres away from the Romanian border. So the Russians are getting very dangerously close to NATO and expanding this, not just with what they're doing tactically and operationally inside Ukraine, but also the impact it's having on attacking the grain and the grain exports and this whole grain deal. Yeah,
talk to us about the impact of attacking those ports.
Well, the ports are used to get grain out of Ukraine, and grain is vitally important. And it's not just grain, it's other foodstuffs. Ukraine provides 10% of the world's wheat, 13% of the world's barley, 15% of the world's corn, and a large proportion of the world's sunflower oil. And it's exported by sea because of the volumes that you're getting in there. When the war started, there was a deal negotiated with the Russians by the Turks and by the United Nations that there could be safe shipping routes out so that the world could be fed. But with the Russians attacking these grain silos where it's all being stored and having not renewed that deal, the impact is not on the Ukrainians. It's not on us in the West. Yes, our food prices are going up and will go up because of this, but it's on the starving around the world. And the United Nations has said there's 47 million people immediately impacted by this price rise and the lack of flow of these vital foodstuffs.
We've just got time for a quick update on the front line in the east. What's the latest from there?
Yeah, in the east, well, the Russians are actually having a little bit of success attacking up towards Karmazyinivka, just south of Savatovi, and have broken through Ukrainian lines a little bit there. Ukrainians are continuing to attack to the south of Bakhmut, the south of Donetsk, and from Zaporizhia down to Tokmak. The Russians are attacking there because they're trying to stop the Ukrainians from being able to concentrate a force to exploit any breakthroughs that they get in the Russian defensive lines. Ukrainians are still making slow progress, but good progress, and they still retain the initiative.